How you doing, guys? I'm Sean.
Hi everybody, I'm Lynn. I hope you're having an absolutely brilliant day today, an energising day.
Absolutely fantastic. Couldn't get a word in there. Absolutely magical and fantastic day. I put an extra word in there just to get the hype. Guys, listen, we've been asked a question by one of our subscribers. What crystal? The lady has actually said she's feeling so run down and completely no energy in her life. So what crystal would we recommend, that she could use to get energy, to get a bit of oomph back into her life? And we've sent her the message. So she said it's okay for us to let you know what the answer was. And basically we start off with, when we're working with people, we're talking about crystals that, we work on mind, body and spirit.
Holistically.
We don't turn around and say that a crystal is going to cure X, Y, Z, just stand alone. We don't do that. That's just a gimmick.
No, crystals should be used as a tool to work alongside something else, yeah.
So you have to look at the whole picture. Do you know what I mean? You can go to any of the crystal books and they'll turn around and say, "Oh, this crystal's big for energy," and people run about grabbing it. But that's too easy.
It's like giving somebody a pill, like going to the doctors and just giving you a pill and fighting you off. It has to be the whole holistic approach. Now, we did do a video last year where we talked about, does crystal healing really work? And that goes into it a little bit more depth. And what we'll do, we put the links down below, so check it out. It's a really good video, and it's our views on crystal healing, whether it works. So we won't go into too much detail on this one, but basically what we want to say is that if we get a client come to us and they say, "Oh, look, I've got bad back, or I've got bad headache, or I want more energy," as in this case, this lady was asking us, we would never just say, "Yes, just have citrine, take this, and this is going to give you loads of energy." There's a reason why that person hasn't got any energy. I mean, a healthy person should be bouncing and full of energy, shouldn't they?
Definitely, rather than just, it's like walking, as Lynn said, walking to the doctor, and the doctor just turns in here prescribing a pill.
Which sadly they do, most of them.
The root of, why the person is, why you're having to be feeling, if it's your case, why you're feeling tired, why you're feeling run down. It could be a multitude of things. So basically what we would do is we'd get you to look at your own life and find out. Now, the first thing we would be saying, we'd be asking you to look at would be your diet. In other words, what you're actually consuming, what you're eating, your whole lifestyle, but certainly what your diet is, because food will really make or break you, because when you're putting nutritionally rich foods into your body, it's just fuel. Just imagine you're a car, you're a vehicle. If you put dirty petrol or dirty fuel into the thing, it's not going to run. If you don't upkeep it, you don't keep an eye on it, you don't get a service and check it out, you're going to start feeling sluggish just the way the car would do. And so we'd say, check your diet. Now,
because the typical SAD diet, is that they say you usually use that for the American diet, but when it's worldwide, the SAD diet is so bad. And me and Sean are both vegans. We high carb, low fat vegans, and we eat a ton of carbs. And that's why we are always really quite high energy people.
We are from the planet vegan.
The planet vegan. Most people go, "What the hell is that?" when you tell people.
What country is vegan?
Sometimes it's easy to say plant-based diet because most people would understand that. But since we changed our diet 3 years ago to a vegan one and very low fat, high carbohydrate diet, tons of fruit, tons of all the wonderful things like rice, potatoes and pastas, we just feel fantastic, don't we? And as you can see, we are definitely not fat, so carbs don't make you fat. I have well over 3,000 calories a day. Sean has 4,500. You need that for energy. So look at your diet and see where you can change it.
And the energy and the things like that. So just in case you don't know what a vegan is we just don't consume any animal products or byproducts and things like that. And we don't wear leathers and wools and things like that. So that's what it is. But 100%, I've noticed the energy level.
The energy has gone through the roof.
Now, we're not telling you to go vegan, things like that, but what we are saying, tell you
what helped us.
Check and see. So therefore, if you're frying a lot of foods or you're buying a lot of, fast foods and junk foods, start cooking more at home, less oils, don't be putting the oils in. Try to cut the fats out of the diet. Obviously, do more exercise also. It does help. You can never really go wrong putting more exercise.
Exercise, definitely. Fitness as well. Yeah, it all goes.
And if you happen to be in a situation you can't go jogging, you can't go cycling, you just go out for a walk, start doing more, leave the car rather than just get into the car to go round the block to purchase some food. We backpack with you and go and walk.
Nature's a great... Nature is food itself. Like when we go out in nature, that feeds our soul. That gives us energy, doesn't it? You can always tell when we're stuck in the office for a good few days. We don't have a chance to get out or the weather's bad. And then when you go out, it's like, whoa, it's wonderful, isn't it?
100%. So see, we'll be saying, you can see where we're going with this video. And I think it's important for us to do this. This is no sales pitch to sell anything. The only thing we're doing is we're answering a question. And we're answering it as truthfully as we can. So we're treating it as actually as if we're looking at the camera as if you're sitting across a table from us and you've asked us that question, what crystal will you use? And we're going to get to the crystal that we would say tell you to help. But we would actually say tell you to check and see other things within your life to get you the energy. Because a crystal will not give you energy if you don't address the actual cause of it. What thing we'll say tell you is your living conditions, your circumstances, you know, what sort of conditions are you living in? Are you living in a volatile, you know, or toxic, you know, relationship, home, area, all of those things?
And
you've
happy
got bad neighbours, unhappy job, you're feeling stressed out.
That can drain you, can't
Drain the energy. You're living with somebody who drains you like a psychic vampire who just can't see. You're working with, you know, people who are just so toxic and so negative that you dread going into work, that you're actually, you know, not getting a full night's sleep. You're going in, you're feeling drained from your employer, or even your customers. Things like that, start to look at that. And once you start picking up what, you know, things like that is happening in your life, you can start making changes. We know that you can't make a change just overnight. You can't just walk and hand your notice in if you happen to be in a bad job. Some people can if they're fortunate enough, but most of us can't do that. So, but start to address the issues within your place of work, within your environment that you're living in. If you happen to be living with toxic people, you know, consider about moving out.
Often people feel tired because they're depressed because their circumstances. And also, if you say, you know, you do all that, you think, no, my diet is really good and I get plenty of exercise and I'm a really happy person, all the other things, and you're still feeling that way, please do go to your doctor and have a blood test, because there's so many things it could be. Just to give a crystal and say, look, you know, yes, you're going to feel better. Sure, crystals are brilliant tools to make me feel much better and for helping. Alongside other things, it has to be the whole holistic package, doesn't it? We would never 100%. Ever say to a client, look, you know, just take that crystal. Or yes, we'll give you crystal healing. You're going to feel great after. That's part of everything else that's going on. It has to be looked at, doesn't it?
100%. You have to seek medical attention. In the same breath, we would say, you know, don't give your power away to us. Don't give your power away to anybody, even with crystals or any other sort of, you know, holistic therapy. But don't also give your power away to any doctor, because, you know, they're not faultless. You know what I mean? It's just so easy for them to hand you a pill and turn around and say, here, take that and come back in 6 weeks and see if it changes. They still don't address the issue. But as Lynn said, you need to make it your blood test to get it checked out and find out what this underlying problem is.
Absolutely.
So they all work in harmony together. You know, basically. What else?
So basically, I think
drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and obviously, if you're a heavy drinker, and alcohol and caffeine is a killer. Not a killer, but well, you probably could be long if you don't know. But caffeine is a real adrenal like sucker. Do you know? So if you can't cut out caffeine, reduce it as much as you can, because you might think, oh, that coffee gives me a bit of a kick, but then a few hours later, you're more having to rely on it. But alcohol and drugs, obviously, the common sense, the same with smoking, and you know, if you cannot completely cut them out of your life, which we strongly recommend, then at least cut down on them. So
we're not holy Jews. Like, don't be thinking we're going to be preaching about not drinking and drugs. I've done it all from a very early age.
Sean has been there, done that, and bought the T-shirt with a marijuana leaf on it.
And I've still got the marijuana boxer shorts.
Yes. But anyway, guys. So anyway, now we're going to be what we're talking about, what you guys want to know. What crystals we recommend? Well, obviously after that, we would recommend, personally, again, everybody is completely unique and they'll all be drawn to completely different crystals, what they find will help them with energy. But this is what me and Sean have found have helped us alongside everything else. And I'm going to say mine, and then I'm going to say what Sean's.
Yeah,
I find citrine is a really good energy one. Carnelian, pyrite.
I would actually similar, because everybody's going to be different. And what I would normally do is I would go in, if I'm feeling like run down, I've got a clear quartz that I would always use, and I use it solely for that, give me energy. We'll talk in one of our videos about programming a crystal and doing it. I also, by the way, use it with a bit of moldavite. I use it sparingly, as I say, tell you, but It will go, the way I work on it is if I go through, I check and see what my diet is, I check and see if I'm getting a wee bit stressed out about different things. I would address all them things. When I pick up my quartz then, and I would be sitting meditating on it, I'm usually guided to a particular crystal to use. And you know from our videos, we always tell you, you're an intuitive being. Do you know what I mean? The books, we're not knocking the books, telling people that this crystal works for X, Y, Z. What we are saying, you can't generalise what a crystal would do.
You have to go what you're drawn to.
There's no doubt that, you know, a lot of the crystals will have like a base resonance with a certain amount of people. So therefore you can say rose quartz is a lovely, calming, nurturing, loving crystal. There's no question about that. But it can do so much more. So what we would say to you to do is try to intuitively pick a crystal from your collection, or go to the crystal shop after you've addressed other things, and go with the intention that you're looking at crystals that you're going to be using from this moment until as long as you need it, and for the rest of your life, technically, if you want to, and try to program that crystal into giving you energy. And see which one you're getting called to, because that's what I would do. Everybody's going to be different. Myself and Lynn, we usually hit the nail on the head. We're usually very, very, very similar on our views, but when it comes to crystals,
we could be very different, couldn't we? What we find helps us.
And we don't arm wrestle each other to find out who. So if Lynn happens to pick you know, a bit of carnelian, and I would say I'd probably go for a bit of hematite, or I don't try to change Lynn and vice versa. So try to see what you're drawn to. But as Lynn said, definitely you'd be going for them. It's like energy.
Clarke a diamond as well. That's another bubbly one. Really, when I have that, it makes me feel really good when I put it in my pocket. It's a really uplifting one. So remember, it's how you're feeling, and you're going to change from day to day.
Yeah. So it could be even the hematite. You know what I mean? But helping you with the blood work on the things like that, because it's an all knock-on effect. But if you can get down to the root of what's causing it, I guarantee you the crystal, just like anything that we're talking about introducing, is actually just going to, you're better off getting straight down to the source, because there's something making you run down, something's making you tired. Observe your body, know your body inside and out, and watch what you're putting in. If you can imagine that when you say that, and I have only got this recently in the past 3, maybe 4 years, I've realised when they say that your body is your temple, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't desecrate a temple. You wouldn't you know, make a mess in a temple. You wouldn't start defacing it. You wouldn't start, you know, letting it run down. If it's your temple, you would start looking after it. Your body's the same, and I would say 9 out of 10 times, if you're feeling run down, it's what junk you're putting in to your temple. Absolutely. The toxins you're putting into.
You are what you eat, 100%.
Check out geopathic stress. That's another thing. I think, have we got a video done on geopathic
we
stress?
haven't. We have to do one, because some people could be doing everything right. Their diet could be perfect. They're, you know, fitness fanatics, and they're happy people, but they still could be suffering with this fatigue. And sometimes where you live, not just if you don't like it, sometimes it can actually be down to geopathic stress and stuff outside, like pylons and all that. Sick house syndrome, but that's another thing altogether, and it's something we can research and do a video on as well.
We will put some links, if we've
again,
got some
crystals
links down
help
below,
against that, definitely,
on it, where you can research it. But research geopathic stress and energy lines, ley lines and things like that. You know what I mean? We were living in a house probably at Sligo, maybe about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was genuinely, you know, there was definitely something there. It was just a
heaviness,
and we had to get a fella in who put you know, copper rods around the house for it. It was amazing.
That's when crystals are brilliant for that, actually. Yeah. They really do help to neutralise a lot of negative energy, having them around the home. That's another thing again. Who was getting off track again?
So guys, there you go. I hope you found that interesting. We're sorry for taking you through the journey up until the crystals, but that's the way we work, and I think that's the way you should be working. You never just automatically give your power away to any crystal therapist, you know, any holistic therapist, and just think, get to the root of the issue.
You're your best therapist, definitely. You 100%. Go by what you're drawn to. Guys. So there you go. Sending you loads of love and happiness on my island as always.
And positive energy.
If you haven't done already, please do subscribe.
Definitely. And if you are watching this here for the first time, thank you very much for coming to this channel. We've got another channel,
meditations, and also another one called All About Crystals, which is these crystal videos, but just crystal videos on there, so check that out as well.
Happy days, all these channels. Guys, listen, thank you love from Ireland, and thanks very much for watching.
Bye, till next time. Bye.
See you later, guys.